How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we do this 5 days out of the work week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it was the market conditions. While you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. Where do you learn to make a banana split? Sunday school. Not too bad, eh? But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN. Yes, it pulled back inside of the market, but I want to make sure I give you guys an update. But before we get started, we have to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis. We want to take a look at the price action and what type of moves we want to look forward to as far as going into next week. And then secondly, we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. They have made some updates. They have some info from FINRA, so it's definitely going to give us a clearer picture how the short volume ratio actually looks. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know, are institutions loading up on shares? Did they do that today? We're about to find out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts. So let's jump to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $6.94, being down 1.98%. On the low, it tested $6.92, and then on the high, testing $7.36. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, we traded at 10.161 million, and as far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, it's usually around 18.17 million. So taking everything into consideration, yes, we did have below average volume, but one of the things that are good to see, which we're about to get into right now, I was saying, hey, I wanted to see OCGN stay above $7 as far as being at the end of today. But one thing to also keep in mind of the fact, being even at the 690 level is not that big of a difference, and I'm still looking forward to seeing OCGN have some strength going into next week. I told you guys about the rotation, and no matter the fact that OCGN is holding up fairly well during this phase is something that I want to see from it. So we can see that we are also below the 100 day, but we do have strength above the 200 day. And as far as for the 21 day EMA, yes, we are below it, but do keep in mind this was an area of resistance for today since we got to 736 and it's around 730. So that's how I was saying, you know what, I'm looking forward to seeing it actually get back into moving into that $8 range next week. And when we take a look at the RSI down below, you can see it's around 45.37. So it's pretty much right in the middle there, but still in the oversold territory. So that's what I wanted to update you guys on. So let's look forward to see what happens next week. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for OCGN. So when we see the short volume ratio, it is at 26.37%. As we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 300,000, updated 26 minutes ago. And as far as for the short ball free rate, it is at 9.23%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see here, yes, Fintel has did an update. So we're going to be seeing it from FINRA. So the FINRA short volume ratio for July the 22nd is at 47.32%. So we already know that is fairly high and a big difference from what we see here from 26.37, which I'm going to go out on a whim and I'm going to assume these are taking calculations from yesterday. So taking everything into consideration, definitely a lot of short squeeze potential in OCGN. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we can see right here on the inflow, we had 14, and on the outflow, we had 15. We had 0 on the large for both. We had 10 on the medium, and we had 5 on the small. This is for inflows. And as far as for outflows, medium, we had 11, and in small, we had 4. When we take a look at the large-scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see we had 0 for the past 3 days here. So most of the trading that is happening is going on amongst retail. But if institutions are getting involved, they're definitely not taking any large scale orders whatsoever. One thing we have to realize, there is a shift going on inside of the market. So I believe when we get some more volume and there's more buying pressure, we should see some more movements in OCGN stock. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for OCGN stock, I'm definitely looking forward to see how things turn out for next week. I was saying during regular regular trading hours, it'd be nice to see us close above $7, but who knows, we might be able to get that in after hours. But if we don't get that, the great thing is we did finish around the area of support, close enough to 7 into being in the 690s and so on. But another thing also to keep in mind of, when we went on Fintel taking a look at the short interest information and seeing what they had from FINRA, we know OCGN definitely has a ton of short squeeze potential. So all it takes is a lot of buying pressure and more volume coming through the stock. So if we get some more news in regards to the Delta variant, COVID-19 and so on, I feel OCGN can really benefit from this. And that's part of the reasons why I put up a YouTube post today, because I'm going to put out the word. We hear it coming from Israel saying, well, you know what, the Pfizer vaccine is not the most effective when it comes to dealing with the Delta variant. And the numbers did not look that good, but at least we know with OCGN, it is around 65%, doing a lot better in Pfizer in that particular area. So those are some things where, you know what, if no one doesn't know about it, I'm urging you right now to spread the word. So we got to look forward to seeing who is going to be deciding in regards to that EWEL that's going to be coming out as far as the decision in August. But for the most part, I feel OCGN stock is definitely in a great position right now, and it's only a matter of time before we start seeing some more spikes. So this is great for anyone who wants to get into any short-term or medium-term trades, and for anyone who's going in long-term. As long as you're doing your homework and your due diligence and you're confident in your investment, things should turn out well for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.